In this video, we're going to show you how to determine what's the best type of automatic retractable hose reel to get for your house. We're going to compare the different types of technologies, show you which one's better, and show you how to install it, and it all starts right now. Hey everybody, Jeff here, and welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time visiting us, you might want to hit that subscribe button first before you do anything, before you forget, because we have all sorts of world-class information here and helpful tips on how to do home renovations, bathroom renovations, kitchen renovations, all sorts of repairs, and we even do tool reviews like this here. Okay, so there's two basic types of self-retractable reels here. There's the type that uses water, or they call them hydro or siphon, whatever you want to call it. But basically, you hook it up to your hose and it uses water pressure to rewind. The problem with those is they waste a lot of water because it's gushing water as it's rewinding that whole 60, 70, 100 foot long reel of hose, depending on how long your garden hose is there. So you can see here how they were sort of misleading with this other product. They didn't really tell you exactly how that it was wasting the water here. So see this little exit hose right here? So you connect your main hose reel here. This is the self-retracting reel here, the hose reel. You connect this hose reel up to your regular hose bib like that. And then you pull this lever here in order for the thing to retract. And what it was doing was wasting just God knows how much water, because it comes shooting out at full force here, acting like a siphon, in order to be able to automatically reel this entire hose back into the reel here. So that's the problem, is you're wasting just boatloads of water just to reel the thing in. So this type of reel is not acceptable. This type of reel has to go. Do not buy this type of reel. So here in the instruction manual for this older type of reel, it shows you, this is where you find out the hard way that, oh, you have this exit hose and now the thing's going to be shooting water out. Well, what if you have an area that by your hose bib where that's too sensitive to be able to shoot out that kind of water? Then you're in trouble, because the hose piece that they give you here is only a few feet. So that's why this type of hose has to go. So this type is a better type, and I have to apologize ahead of time for the quality of this box. I can assure you when it came in, it was in beautiful colors and everything. We left it out in the rain for a few days, so it got all rained on and waterlogged, but that's okay. The product inside is fine. Let's open it up and I'll show you how this one works. All right, so it comes with an 8-position sprayer, free. And it comes with, these are the anchors in case you want to, sleeve anchors to pound these into the wall. These are good too. And it also comes with this metal bar which the hose hangs off of from the bracket on your wall. So you hang this on your wall and it swivels. We'll show you all about that. And then of course, all the junk. This is the main bracket right here. So this main bracket hangs on your wall. So you're going to use those 4 sleeve anchors, boom, boom, right here to hang this onto your wall. And then the bar goes through here and the hose will hang from here and swivel. Very, very simple. So easy, a caveman could do it. All right, so now we pull the hose out and the reel. So this one does not use hydraulic technology. Okay, so the operation is very simple. Once you've got it mounted, this will connect up to your hose bib right here. And then to operate the hose, to pull it out, you just pull it out to whatever desired length you want and it stops, right? And then to retract it, you just give it a little pull and it'll start to roll back in again. See, like that? It is just like the old shades on your window where you pull them down and then when you want to bring them back up, you give it a little pull and it goes right back up again. So that's how that works. Okay, so this is the original type of hose here that most people have, and they know, is this one here, the reel up type. And of course you just crank it like this. But what happens to these hoses over time is you can see all of these kinks that develop because they're just cheap and they hang out in the sun all day long and they get ruined by the sun. So that's why having your new hose enclosed in that reel there, everything's enclosed, it doesn't hang out outside all the time. So your hose should last a lot longer and be a lot more resilient. These types of hoses, once you start getting all of these kinks on them like this, they won't work worth a darn. Okay, so first we just disconnect the old hose. Okay, so now we just lift up the old hose mechanism. It slides right up off the screws. Okay, so now we've already done some dry fitting here, and I've got the hose apparatus here, and I kind of figured that if I can get the top of it to end right around here, that would be a reasonably decent height that will still give us clearance underneath to reach down and grab to turn on the hose whenever we need to turn that on, because you want to be able to easily get at your hose spigot there, the hose bib. And so we will mount it like this on the wall, but we want to make sure that it's not crooked, right? So we'll use our spirit level here and make sure we're straight up and down here. So this will tell us if we're off, and that's a good point, I guess, right there. Want to make sure we're fairly over the hose bib there, and you just pick a nice even spot like that, and we're going to make 4 drill holes, just, you know, marks, so I know where to drill the bigger holes. Okay, so now I have 4 holes right here, and the instructions call for a 1/2 inch masonry bit. So I'm going to go get my big honking bit there, and we're going to drill this sucker here. There's our 4 holes, right? We're going to drill 1/2 inch holes here. Alright, so here's the sleeve anchors, and let me show you how these work. So the way these work is we drill the 1/2 inch hole, and then we'll gently sort of pound these into the hole there, right? And once it's into the hole, we start screwing it in like this with our socket wrench. And as we screw it in and it starts to tighten everything up here, you see this wider part at the left end here of the bolt? It starts to push against this and it mushrooms it out inside that hole. And so it gives you a nice, perfect grip. And that's if a permanent hole. This is a sleeve anchor. And you can also use Tapcon screws if you don't have one of these. Now you're probably wondering, what do you do if you have a wooden siding wall? Well, you could still use these, and you can also use lag nuts, or you can also use lag bolts as well. You would have to supply your own because the manufacturer did not supply any. This is what you get. Okay, this is taking too long to get through with just regular drill mode, so I am going to switch over to hammer mode. So I'm going to go get my earmuffs, but I just want to very quickly pilot these other ones. Okay, so you gotta have earmuffs on when you're doing this kind of stuff with a hammer drill. Switch over. Hammer time. Please hammer, don't hurt him. So I like to blow out the holes there and make sure there's no dust there that's going to interfere. Then I take my sleeve anchors, I'll put them in here. Like that. Okay, so now that we have all the bolts in, we've taken the nuts off them, and we're just going to the locking washers off there and insert them through the bracket. Okay, so once you get it on, you just hand tighten it. Okay, so once you've tightened it hand snug there, then you can start using the socket. And you can go tighter on it. And you just keep going until you feel it tighten and it'll snug up and mushroom inside the wall there. You can feel it snugging up right now. And you don't have to overdo it either. You don't want to poke through the plastic. I don't know how cheap this plastic is. So there's the first anchor in, nice and rock solid. This thing's pretty solid just from the first anchor itself. Alright, so you can see there we have 3 of our nuts are tightened here, and 3 of the anchors are nice and tight. This one, we could not get the nut to go on. It was a defective anchor that they gave us, and the threads, there was something wrong at the beginning of the threads. No matter what we tried, the nut wouldn't go down into that one. It would not screw onto it. So we have 3 out of 4. We're going to see how that looks. Okay, and there we are. It is now assembled on there nicely and swivels nicely, 180 degrees. See? Okay, now we can see it's on there nicely, and it rotates 180 degrees, nice and smooth. Okay, so all we do now is we attach the inlet hose onto the hose bib. And I like to just hand tighten it. We'll see if that's enough. If not, we'll go a quarter of a turn more with the... Alright, you can see we were doing some testing of our little splitter there, and he's dripping. You can see he's dripping even on the one that's closed off. So we're going to pick up another one and install that. Okay. Alright, so now we're just going to test our sprayer, see if it works. Okay, so this is how it works. You just pull it straight out a little bit, and it'll stop wherever you stop, see, like that. And then when you want to reel it back in, you just go like this. You pull it out a little more, and the guide automatically makes it go back and forth inside there to reel up perfectly. Okay, well that's only a couple of feet. Let's see how it is when I pull out the whole hose. Okay, so now that we have the whole hose all stretched out here, we're going to have it reel it back in. So you just pull on it like that, and it starts going to town. I'm going to get rid of this kink right here. But see how it guides it in? It goes back and forth. And there you go. Only took you, what, 10 seconds or so to reel in the whole hose, and it didn't waste any water or anything either. And we hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up below. That tells us that you like us. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and click on the bell icon. That will tell you every time we get a video uploaded. And we hope you enjoyed this one, and we will see you next time.